The reality is that I think we're all kind of fed up with the last 30 years or so of having our information exploited and sold behind our backs and used for marketing us into controlled, what I would call conditional programming. I think there's just a general lack of confidence in the ability of big companies and organizations, even our government, to secure our personal privacy. My work in technology actually began when I was a professor in the 80s in computer security and at the same time relationship management software. And that's where I coined the phrase, the law lags technology. I stated it in an interview in 1987 that people, the digital consumers of the day and today, and the makers of technology would only embrace and invest in security in response to major data breaches. And in fact, vendors on the digital landscape have been given a pass in terms of their responsibility and consequences for breaching our rights to privacy. And in the last year or so, laws have begun to emerge in the United States with the California Consumer Privacy Act, and as far back as maybe 4 or 5 years ago over in Europe, to assert or reassert our individual right to our privacy, even in the digital space. We're at a point now for the first time in technology development, even over the last 50, 60 years of computer work, where we have the ability with 5G networking and blockchain to actually implement security of one's personal information that really is hacker-proof and impenetrable, and also not open to surveillance by big tech. So our work at EXACTA in this field stands apart from most investigations that you see people involved in these technologies by developing new applications around 5G and blockchain. One of the things that I envisioned with the family organizer or family was family itself. It occurred to me in light of all the social networking wahoo going on out there that they're all designed around individuals. The internet has probably been the most destructive technical element to the foundations of family as any technology in the past could have possibly been, because what it does is it focuses on the individual, and the individual then develops their own relationship, whether that individual as an adolescent or a pre-adolescent or a young adult has had any kind of upbringing or rearing to support responsible living on the web or responsible cyber etiquette or any of that. And so that's why we see people feeling absolutely no resistance in themselves to say the most hideous things out there in social media. And at the same time, I remember when parents kind of were hands off on computers because their kids supposedly knew more than they did. And so technology has really put a wedge in family relationships, and yet families are the fundamental social network of all history. So we looked at Family Organizer as really initially a platform for families, a way for you to confidentially communicate in chatting and a little later this year, video conferencing with just your family, knowing that what you're saying to them is as private as what you would say at the breakfast table, and providing some other capabilities like document storage, as I said, but putting it up on the blockchain so you can have confidence that all of your records are private. Everything within Family Organizer stays in Family Organizer.